Yeah, no, that was a good one. Absolutely. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, I was just having a little laugh with the agent. We were just sharing an adventure which happened several Saturdays ago. Speaking of adventures, have any of you ever had the opportunity to, I guess, grow up as a child where you had a mate whose parents had a beach house? Oh, the adventures you would have created, the fun you would have had. Surfing, swimming, fishing, finding crabs, breaking them in half, seeing if they'd go off in opposing directions. Well, maybe you even had your first kiss at that holiday house. Irrespective, ladies and gentlemen, what you had was something that most children don't have these days because they have this forward neck syndrome, playing on the iPad, playing on the iPhone, not enjoying what life is really about. The sense of adventure. Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So ladies and gentlemen, you're here. If you're bidding, you've obviously worked hard in your life. Today is about rewarding yourself. Taking an opportunity to create your adventure, your family fun times and memories with your immediate family and extended family, no doubt. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of TomEsse.com, we warmly welcome you along this afternoon to number 21 Bailou Street in Port Mandurah, the Aquaholics Playground. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just gone 3:10 p.m, the scheduled commencement time for today's auction. We're getting the proceedings underway. Most of you would have met me throughout the marketing period. I'm Tom Esze, I'm the marketing agent and auctioneer here today. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, for those of you who have not been to an auction before, allow me to give you a quick snapshot of how things will unfold. In a moment, I will highlight to you the pertinent points of buying a property at auction. Following that, a short resume of the property, then we'll straight into the business end of dealings. We'll find out here, hopefully, who our new owner is going to be at number 21 Bailou Street. Now, we're using a contract of sale today produced by the Real Estate Institute of Victoria and, of course, in conjunction with the Law Society and Crow Solicitors. They've been readily available throughout the marketing period. We accept them as being read and understood by you as the buying market. If you're bidding here today, you're telling me that your bid is cash and unconditional, and if you're successful at buying the property, you'll pay a deposit of 10% of the purchase price. You'll follow and sign the contract just post the auction once the hammer comes down, and you'll settle on the property somewhere between 60 and 90 days, and we can work that out at the contracts table shortly. As the auctioneer, I do have the discretion to authorise the contract on a buyer's behalf as well as the seller's behalf. Yes, the property is sold subject to a reserve price. Let me give you plenty of confidence about vendor bidding. Yes, the seller is entitled to use vendor bidding up to, but not at, nor exceeding the reserve price by 2 vendor bids. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the person with the sole and exclusive right to bid on behalf of the seller, and I'll clearly state to you when it's a vendor's bid, and it'll be back over to you in the marketplace. I also may refuse any bid without having to give any reason of obligation whatsoever. If you are the highest bidder here at or above the reserve price, you will be the purchaser. I will not accept a bid following the close of the auction when the hammer falls, and of course, at the fall of the hammer, the property will be at risk of you, the buyer, the purchaser. Cooling off periods do not apply to auction sales, ladies and gentlemen, and any person may bid either in person or by their proxy representative, subject to the conditions of the auction. The legal description, lot 58 on plan of subdivision 000 emergency purchasing number 406, parent title volume 01338 and folio 595. The fixtures and fittings include a sale of all fixed floor coverings and window treatments and electrical light fittings, and of course all fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. Ladies and gentlemen, may I assist, does anyone have any final questions before we get the ball rolling of this lovely property here today?
Yes, Mr. Auctioneer.
Yes, sir. Welcome along.
Thank you. I'm a buyer's agent and I have a flying key to demolish the home.
You have a?
Flying key to demolish the home and
Great.
build a new home.
Yep, understandable.
We were given a copy of a quote from Geelong Asbestos Removals, and that you're able to demolish or remove the asbestos. Can I rely on that information to go ahead and bid here today?
No, you can't rely on that information, sir. You know, it's your quote. Does that answer your question, sir? I mean, you're the one who wants to demolish it. The asbestos is a component of the property. We're not holding that back. Whatever the cost is, it's risk from you once you've purchased a property. Does that answer your question okay? Yes? Fully? Thank you for your question, sir. Anyone else have a question, ladies and gentlemen?
Excuse me, Mr. Auctioneer.
Yes, sir. Welcome along to you today as well.
Oh, thank you. I live next door. I've lived here for nearly 50 odd years, and during that time, this area is renowned for the cases of the Bairnsdale ulcer. This is transmitted by mosquitoes in summer.
All right.
Now, it's quite life-threatening, and I can't understand why there's nothing in your documentation to alert me.
Well, sir, firstly, let me say, if you've lived next door for $50,000, 50 years, I should say, I must say, you must have bought very young. Very, very young. But look, maybe that's the benefit of living here, but the mosquitoes obviously haven't affected you. As far as mosquitoes, sir, there's nothing in the documentation in all our searches which we've been able to find. You need to rely on the information we can submit to you. We've not come across anything like that on our formal inquiries to the various statutory authorities. Does that help you? Thank you very much. Any further questions, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Well, the old girl. Sure, it's seen some better days. But I can surely assume here, ladies and gentlemen, it's seen some great days. It's been well worn, but worn well. This is an opportunity for someone to add real value to this old girl that was born somewhere around circa 1950s, 1960s. And it's certainly cheap and cheerful accommodation what you can buy here today. But really, at the end of the day, what underpins the value here is this magnificent 750 plus square metre hefty land holding here in this magnificent high elevated location. It's yours to be acquired to today. Ladies and gentlemen, consider it your blank canvas to build your residence or add value by extension or further improvements here. Perfectly rectangular northwest facing land holding here, protecting you in winter and allowing that lovely warm sunshine to come in, and of course keeping the heat out over the summer months. As far as the building block goes, we call this a screaming plum. So ladies and gentlemen, an extremely tightly held part of the world. And I think that's representative that the last sale this property enjoyed was some 40 years ago. Surf club, tennis club, certainly all the beach, all the fun to be had, which has been created over many generations of people and community living here to create the opportunity of seizing upon this today. This is one of the great places to retain, ladies and gentlemen, opportunity for you to create the adventures and the experiences for your family. Get them out of the iPads, get them out of the iPods and the iPhones, ladies and gentlemen. Bring them home to mama. Bring it on, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. You're not on earth forever. Now's your time, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for an opening bid now for number 21 Bailey Street in Port Mandurah. Who'd care to start us off now with an opening bid? Don't all rush me at once, ladies and gentlemen. We have plenty of inspection of this property here today. Looking for a starting bid. Bidders, buyers, tell me where you'd like to see the bidding start. Can I say somewhere around about 1.5 million to start it off and get it underway? Can I suggest 1.5 million? Got to represent outstanding value here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tightly held property here. We've had plenty of inspections throughout the property, plenty of interest. We've had builders here looking for $1.5 million anyway. 1.4. Welcome along. Glad you're here today, Sue. Thank you very much. Not here to say no to money, and normally our starter is our finisher, so good luck to you today. At $1.4 million now, can I say 5 anywhere from there? At $1.4 million the bid now, starting bid at $1.4 million now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 1.5. 50 it is, fair enough. 1.45, 450 over here, back to our starter of 500 if you like, sir. 450 now. At $1,450,000 once. Twice at $450,000. Third, final time of calling at $1,450,000 here. No further bidding. That's it, all silent, all done. Opportunities back to our starter here. Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, if I can please take a vendor bid in that case at $1,600,000 with a vendor bid. Over to you now, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go here? At 1.6 million, looking for 1.6. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll take that bid, that vendor bid, I'll put it back in my pocket, and I'll take you a bit of 1.6, man. At 1.6, so I've got 2 up my sleeve still. At 620 it is. 620 now. At 620. 30. At 630 over there, man. Back to you, sir. 630 with you. At 1,630,000 the bid. Once at 1,630,000, twice at 630. Sir, your opportunity is right here, right now. 10, 640 the bid. Our mosquito man, here he is. At $1,640,000 now. Where do I go from here? Bidders, buyers everywhere. 1,640,000 the bid. All over, all to you. Once at 1.64. Twice at 1.64. 645. At 1,645 it is. 45 the bid now. That's 645 now. There's our starter. Don't you want to be the finisher, sir, today? At 1,645,000 once, twice, third, final time of calling, 1,645,000. No advance on that. Can I help you, sir? You're leaving for any particular reason? Yes, there's something going on. I can sense it. $1,645,000 a bid on my left over here. Okay, well, in that case, I'll take a vendor bid if there's no further activity on that advance there, and I'll take it at 1.7 now. With me, on behalf of the seller, 1,700,000 and 5. 705 the bid now. That's 705 on my left. Any advance on that, ladies and gentlemen? Say again. 10 for you, sir, or you, man? Both. Ooh. I see. Well, I got yours first, sir. I saw you smiling, man. But I'm going to take his bid first because he said 10. That's 715 the bid now. That's 715, 720. That's 720 over here now. Bidders, buyers, where do I go? Beautiful land holding here. 720,000 once, twice, third, final time of calling. $1,720,000 now. No, sir, but help me get there. Love to see you get it. 2.5. 722.5 it is. 722.5. That's 722.5. 527.5. 727.5. 27.5. 730. That's $730,000 now. 730,000. Almost there, sir. Stay with me. Once, twice, third, final time of calling. Say again. 174. Good-o. Over here at 174. Say again. 42.5. 742.5 now. 742.5 bids on my left. Back to you, sir. Madam as well. Sir, our mosquito man in the front here. Love to see you get it. 1,742,000 once, twice. 47.5. 47.5 with you, man. At 47.5 now. 747.5. No further bidding. It's a bench excuse, sir. That questioning man at the start. 1,747.5. No further bidding, ladies and gentlemen. Once, twice, third, final time of calling. Well, I'm going to take one further bid, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on a sec. Stand by. We're on the market. This is for keeps. $1,747,500. No further bidding.
I'll give you 750.
Fantastic. $1,750,000 we're away. $1,750,000 now. Once, twice, third, final time of calling. No further. 2.5, 752.5. That's 752.5. 757.5 now. 757.5. 2.5. 757, 758.5. 758.5. 758.5. 763.5. 763.5 now.
Where's that bid?
Oh, it's the lady over there. If she wants to put a hand up, she can, but it's against you, sir. 763.5. Absolutely, sir. We're over the reserve price. We're selling. 764.5. 764.5, ma'am. The bid's against you. 774.5. 774.5 now. Any advance on $1,774,500? Once, twice, third, final time of calling. No further bidding.
500.
Yes, absolutely. 775. 1,775,000 bids with you. It's against you now again, man. Any more left in the fuel tank? Our gentleman at the back. Our gentleman at the front. Any further bidding, our neighbour. No further bidding. Bidding's with you, sir. $1,775,000. No further bid. Going. 2.5. 1,777,500.
Give me 5,000.
1,782,500.
Can you knock it down quickly?
I'll give it my best. Once, twice, third, final time according, 182.5. $1,790,000. I try to do it quickly, sir. Are you still in or you're out? It's your turn. $1,790,000. No further bidding, sir. Our starter. Gentlemen at the front, no further bidding. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is the next generation coming through. Once, twice, third and final time of calling. Going, almost gone. 1,775,500. Don't let him get it for $500, ma'am. Surely not. All out, all silent, all done over here. Back to our neighbour, a gentleman here, and our starter. $1,775,000, 500. Once, twice, third, final time of calling, $1,775,500. Bids directly in front. No further bidding. Going, gone. Congratulations to our bidder over here. To our underbidders, thank you for your participation. Of course, to our sellers, thank you for their instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice afternoon.